this is why we usually both wake up when we get near land, because the wind can be very unpredictable near land, especially this high up in latitude. 5 minutes ago we were flying the drone, almost becalmed, just ghosting downwind, and from the drone I could see a wind line, and sure enough, about 5-10 minutes later after the drone landed, the wind did a bunch of weird 180s, and now we're 15 gusting to 18 on the nose, and we're just flying along towards our anchorage, being escorted by a bunch of birds that are like riding the lift from our sails as we sail. It's really cool. They're like coming in like over the boat and riding our wind. We haven't been able to get a hold of anyone on the radio yet, so we'll try again before we anchor, but if not, we'll probably just anchor and see if we can radio it in the morning. Check these out. You see the birds coming in?
That's crazy. It seems to me that these birds have a death wish because they're very ballsy birds. They come in inches off the spreaders and then they veer off. They're military birds.
They're flying in formation.
They are flying in formation, and then
the mothership. They're like a pilot bird.
It's quite entertaining. They really do remind me of dolphins riding the wave. They're riding our sails.
Sail wave instead of our bow wave.
Yeah, exactly. At every time that I try to point the camera at them, I'm really crossing my fingers so that they don't aim their poop at my face or at the camera, because that would be an interesting thing to happen.
Is it time?
Yeah.
I think it's time.
I think we can say we're officially here.
This is Jan Mayen. I heard you arrived yesterday evening and you wanted to go ashore. Is that correct, over?
Yes, that's correct. We're en route from Svalbard to Iceland and are just stopping here for the night. But we're hoping you could go to shore and stretch the legs.
That's okay. In approx 1 hour, I will be on the shore and greet you. Over.
Copy that. We'll see you there.
Okay, thank you. Out.
I guess we're going to shore in an hour.
Let's do this. Yeah. Ah, quick. Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to Jan Mayen. One of the reasons why this island isn't very popular is because it's very exposed. It's there's not a protected harbor. There's no marina, there's no facilities, there's no protected bay. It's a long strip of island, and if the wind is coming from the south, then you anchor on the north side. If the wind's coming from the north, you anchor on the south side. So, and here in the Greenland Sea, it's very unpredictable what the wind's going to do. We weren't planning on stopping here unless the wind was perfect. And turns out, the wind was perfect because we had 7 days of amazing downwind straight from Svalbard, and then now the wind completely died for the next 24 hours. So we are anchored on the south side of the island because the wind is technically coming from the north, although there's not really much wind. But
as the wind picks
as the wind
up,
is like blowing my hair out.
it's coming down from the mountain
now.
now.
It's not real wind. It's fake wind.
It's Williwaw wind.
It's Williwaws. Yeah. There's about 20 people living on this island right now, and it's apparently they live 6 months out of the year, and then every 6 months they switch to another group. So 20 to 24 people every 6 months kind of switch around. This island is a very protected zone, and it has a lot of restrictions as far as visiting the island. And before you come in, you have to get permission to go to land. So earlier we just called the station, the radio station here, and they gave us the green light to take our dinghy to shore. So here we are. One of the guys came to meet us on the beach, and we didn't really have a way to secure the dinghy on the beach, so he let us borrow a stick. I guess a big stick.
A pike.
Is that what it is? A pike? Okay.
Probably.
It was a big stick.
It's a fence
and then
post, man.
with a big hammer. And then we had the pike and then the hammer, and we secured the dinghy.
Okay,
Anyway.
can we go on a walk now?
So, we are about to go explore the island.
Or at least 5 kilometers of it.
Yeah.
A little part in the back of our minds, I think maybe we're hoping that they wouldn't let us come to shore because we're really tired and we want to sleep. I just want to sit here and stroke the sand. It feels very soft. It's not like normal sand. It's big and coarse and round.
So we were allowed to stand on the island, and all Dinda wants to do is stroke the sand.
As soon as the anchor hits the bottom, you just get a wave of exhaustion. But today's the only sunny day, and the wind fills back in tomorrow, and we're probably going to keep sailing tomorrow. So today's really the only day we can come to land, and it's beautiful and sunny, so like, damn it, we're going to land.
It's so clear today, you can totally see the top of the volcano.
Apparently never happens.
We got really lucky with the weather, where it's just a really sunny, beautiful day, so.
One of the 6 days a year you can see the top of the mountain.
Right? Today is one of them.
Kika brings the sunshine, everybody knows.
Oh.
I told you probably wouldn't be able to jump that.
The floor is lava.
Don't sprain your ankle, that is further than it looks.
Oh, but now that you say that.
I told you that was a bad idea. Did you sprain your ankle?
No.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's not do that again, how about?
I was so optimistic to jump.
Why?
Oh, my butt hurts.
Yeah.
It looked really easy. It looked easy. Oh, look, this rock says Thor. Thor's rock. There are many legends that say that this island was discovered in the 7th century by monks and Vikings. But the first official sighting of Jan Mayen dates back to the 17th century when Dutch whalers came and established several whaling stations on the island. In fact, this island is so exposed by harsh weather that Jan Mayen received its name in memory of a Dutch whaling captain who in 1833 attempted to spend winter and died. In 1930, the Norwegian government declared Jan Mayen as part of the Kingdom of Norway and established a Norwegian military and weather station that is still active today. Kind of crazy to imagine that now, despite the rough environment, more than 20 researchers and scientists spend winter here every single year.
I did not know those things would go that fast.
What does this sign say then?
It says dumbass.
I think I have an idea why all these are Norwegian places. Well,
She says with the Fontainebleau sign. Maybe not that one. Maybe that one's not Norwegian.
That one. Maybe most of them are Norwegian, but because my guess is that most people that come here to live here are probably from Norway, because this is a Norwegian island, right? So they're the one who have the time to put up a sign and paint it and make it pretty. So,
Yeah, I don't think those are tourists fresh off the boat.
maybe from Iceland, because Iceland is nearby.
I bet they're all where all the researchers are from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
Sure.
It's not an international orientation. It's more like a... I think this is the version of, if you come here to live here, you can paste where you came from. Because then you have to find your wood, you have to find the time to carve it, find the time to paint it.
Nothing else here for 6 months later.
You have to be here for at least a week to put it. If you're here for a week, it means you're probably here for 6 months. That's my Kika logic. I'm probably wrong. just saying. I always find it funny when we go to places that are known to be so remote, but then we find the funniest things. Like there's I think that's a swimming pool, and then they have a barbecue and picnic tables.
For the one day a year, it's warm enough to go for a swim.
I mean, on a day like this, though,
I get it.
I would go for a swim. It's an absolutely beautiful little place. There's not much to see and do.
Most of it's protected wildlife park, so you can't really wander too far. But yeah, I mean, there's a road and there's an airport and there's a runway and a bunch of buildings, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's all very volcanic. It's amazing. It's amazing the textures and the colors.
Yes.
And the rocks. It's very loud to walk here. The rocks are very crunchy.
Yeah. So we're heading back to the dinghy and going back to Uma. Probably sleep for a few hours.
And then we're sailing.
And then we're sailing to Iceland. We made it to Jan Mayen. That's kind of official now.
Boots on the ground in Jan Mayen.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. This island is so remote and difficult to get to that, I mean, the fact that we got here with favorable wind on a good day, on a good sunny day, and we were allowed to come to shore and like walk around a bit, it's been amazing. It was absolutely worth it. And it's on our way to Iceland anyway, so we would have been sailing past anyway. So it was really cool. I'm glad we stopped in. And the remoteness of this island and the difficulty to get here isn't necessarily the fact that it's in the middle of the Greenland Sea. I mean, like, you can sail to Greenland, you can sail to Svalbard, it's in Iceland, and it's in between all three. But the thing is, all the other three big islands, Svalbard, Iceland, and Greenland, all have like really good anchorages and good fjords to hide in storms. Whereas Jan Mayen is just completely exposed. Like there's no protected harbor, there's no anchorage to hang out in. So the fact that the wind is really, really light and sort of blowing from the north right now means we can anchor on the south side of the island. And it's a little swelly, but it's not too bad. We've definitely been anchored in worse.
It's a very unique place, that's for sure.
Cool. I mean, it's
very
just straight up volcano. Like all of this is just volcano. This is rocks.
Different than Norway for sure. It's different than Svalbard. And
I guess this gives us a little taste of what Iceland's going to be like.
Yeah, it's a teaser for Iceland.
I'm excited to sail to Iceland now.
I know, me too.
I'm really glad we got the weather window to stop here. Part of me wishes there was a protected harbor that we could stay and like spend a week, you know, hiking around. But the other part of me likes to appreciate the fact that this is such a difficult place to stop, that when you get to stop here, it's pretty special. So the wind is going to continue to be a little bit too light to sail for the next maybe 12 hours or so.
So we're going to be sleeping.
We are going to go back to the boat and pass out.
Because technically, we haven't really had a good sleep since we left Svalbard a week ago.
Yeah.
Which means like...
Normally when we get in and drop the anchor, we just sleep for like 12 hours straight. But
we got the approval to come to land this morning, and so we decided we're not going to waste this beautiful day.
Yeah,
because it's going to be raining probably tomorrow, so might as well
learning
just
our lessons about that.
We rather not sleep and walk around and then sleep later when it's raining. So
yeah, if you show up to a place that's normally cloudy on a sunny day, like, you don't sleep, you just go enjoy the sunshine.
Exactly.